Okay, now children, today again I welcome you all to English language class, and today we are going to continue with the topic literary devices. As we had done in our previous class about literary devices, that literary devices are nothing but the tools that we use. Devices itself means tools, and literary devices are nothing but the tools that we use in literature. Whenever we are presenting a piece of literature, whenever we are speaking, whenever we are writing, we just use these devices in order to make our writing, in order to make our piece of literature more attractive, more influential, and more understanding in a sense. So we had done two literary devices that day, that is simile and metaphor. As I have told you, simile and metaphor are just comparisons made in different types of comparisons. They are different types of comparison, and we have done about them. Now we are going to do next literary device, that is alliteration. 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 You all must have heard about the word vowel and words vowel and consonant. Now children, talking about literary devices, we had done those two literary devices that day. Today again we are going to do another literary device. You must have heard about the word vowel and consonants. What are vowels? What are consonants? First of all, how many vowels are there? How many vowels are there, children? Five vowels are there. A, E, I, O, U. Rest of the alphabets are consonants. So, alliteration means having the same first consonant in a sentence. Whenever there are words which have same first consonant sound, they are known as alliteration. Having same first consonant sound. Having same first consonant sound. Having same first consonant sound in a sentence, we can call that sentence, we can say that sentence contains lots of alliteration in it. For example, a black buck bit a black bear. For example, example number 1, a black buck bit a black bear. I have written a black buck bit a black bear. See children, they are having first consonant sound. Black, buck, bit, black, bear. So all these words, they sound the same. They are having the same first consonant. So in such a sentence, whenever a sentence contains such a sound, then we can say that the figure of speech or the literary device which is being used over here is alliteration. For example, we can take another example. We can say little Lakshman likes lychee. We can say little Lakshman. We can say example number 2. Little Lakshman likes lychee. See, now again same first consonant sound. All these this black buck bit a black bear. Little Lakshman likes lychee. All these both these sentences, they contain same first consonant sound. Whenever you come across such a sentence, you should not confuse yourself and you should just simply write that the figure of speech being used or the literary device being used in these type of sentences is always alliteration. Is this much clear to all of you? Is this much clear?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Now, if I say Peter Piper picked a peck of picked peppers. You must have heard about the sentences like चंदू के चाचा ने चंदू की चाची को चांदनी चौक में चांदी की चम्मच से चटनी चटाई. What is it? There is repetition of same sound throughout the sentence. So whenever we speak such type of sentences, those type of sentences are known as alliteration. And they have reoccurring consonant sound. They have reoccurring consonant sound. So whenever such type of sentence is there, don't confuse yourself. Just make it very clear in your mind that such a sentence always contains alliteration in it. The figure of speech or the literary device used in such sentences always alliteration. Is this much clear to all of you? Is this much clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Without literary device, you must be wondering why we are doing literary device. Children, it is not in your syllabus. It is not mentioned specifically in your syllabus. But doing literature without knowing literary device is doing incomplete literature, doing incomplete language. So for that purpose, you should know literary device, and once you get it clear, once you understand it, you will never get confused. And take my words, you will never get confused. You will always be able to identify different literary devices used in different types of writing, and then you can also use on your own. You will be able to use literary devices on your own as well. Now coming to the next literary device, that is assonance. In assonance, the repeat of the vowel sound is there, but the word starts with different consonant. Repetition of the vowel sound is there, but the words start with different consonant. See, again we are talking about vowels and consonant, but in this type of sentences the words occur in a different manner. For example, a word will be there, it will have the second alphabet of that word will have a vowel, but the first one will be consonant, and the second alphabet of letter of the some words will be same. For example, how is your cow now? How is your cow now? For example, how is your cow now? See, O, 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 O. Clear? Second words are vowels. They have the same sound, but the second alphabet in these words are vowel, and they have the same sound, but first word is different and that word is consonant. Is it clear? Whenever such type of words are there, in the sentence, be very clear with it that the literary device used is assonance. Clear? For example, if I say, well, let us take another example. If I say, beer is very near, but no need fear. Beer, near, fear. All these have the same what? Same vowel, but a different consonant. And whenever there is such type of there are such type of words in a sentence, be very clear with it that the type of literary device being used over here is assonance. Clear? Is it clear, children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Very good.
Yes, ma'am.
Beer, near, fear. See, the sounds are same. Similarly, whenever it's any type of sentence, whenever there is similar sound of the second alphabet of a word, then you should be very clear with it that the figure of speech or the literary device is assonance. Is this much clear to all of you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Now let us move to next literary device. When we talk about hyperbole, children, when you will hear what type of sentences are called hyperbole, then it will become very clear to you that you will always be able to recognize the sentence containing a hyperbole in it. For example, if I meet you after 2-3 months and if I say तुमसे मिले हुए सदियां हो गई, सदियां बीत गई, तुमको सदियों बाद देखा है, तो सदियों बाद नहीं देखा है. It is not that I have seen you after ages, but it is just that I have exaggerated. A small amount has been exaggerated, that just to present that it mattered to me a lot. Okay, when we over exaggerate any sentence or topic or claim not meant to be taken literally. When we over exaggerate any statement, sentence or topic, then we can say that the figure of speech or the literary device used in that sentence is hyperbole. For example, I say I feel as if I haven't slept for ages. मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि मैं बहुत समय से नहीं सोई हूँ. It is not possible for anyone not to sleep for even 3-4 days in continuation. If that happens, then there might be some disturbance. There might be some disorder with us. So it is not possible. But if I am saying that I feel as if I haven't slept since ages, I am just exaggerating. I am just trying to tell something by over exaggerating. बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ा चढ़ा के कहना. That is what hyperbole is. Clear? He runs faster than the wind. For example, he runs faster than the wind. I am saying वो हवा से भी ज़्यादा तेज दौड़ता है. Can anybody do that? No one can do that. I am just over exaggerating. So whenever we over exaggerate anything, whenever we over emphasize anything in order to just to make it more you can say sort of funny or make it more impressive or make someone understand someone's abilities in a more proper way, we over exaggerate. So I am saying he runs faster than the wind. वो हवा से भी ज़्यादा तेज दौड़ता है. No one can do that. But since I am saying that he runs faster, just to indicate his quality of running, just to emphasize on his speed, I am saying he runs faster than the wind. So the figure of speech or the literary device which we are using over here is hyperbole. Clear? just for example, our mothers or our elders often say at home, 1000 बार कहा है. Do we say 1000 times? We don't say 1000 times, but just to over exaggerate, just to make you feel that you have been told many times, we say 1000 बार कहा है. So that is what hyperbole is. I hope this must be clear to all of you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
For example, I say, my students have ocean of knowledge. My students have ocean of knowledge. Is it possible and for anyone to have ocean of knowledge?
No, ma'am.
Can anyone have ocean of knowledge? See, ocean is very vast. There is no limit of a ocean. So, can anyone have such a knowledge that there is no limit to his knowledge? It is not possible. But just to over exaggerate, just to make one thing very clear that my students have fair bit of knowledge, I am saying my students have ocean of knowledge. That is, I have exaggerated their knowledge. That is what hyperbole is. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, children. Now, are you all enjoying this session of literary device? This is something which is not known to you, so I hope you all must be enjoying.
Yes, ma'am.
You are learning how to express yourself in a better way. You will become a good writer if you use literary devices in your writing. So, but you should know how to use. That is why we study about literary device. Okay? Each device has its own importance. Okay. Now next we move on to next literary device, that is pun. You must have enjoyed studying about assonance. You must have enjoyed studying about alliteration. Then this hyperbole. They all are very interesting. They have their own essence. And when you use it, you will enjoy using it because it makes the piece of writing very, very, very attractive. So, the next literary device which we are going to talk about is pun. Pun is nothing but a joke using words. It is not direct joke, but the sentence will have a double meaning. A double meaning sentence is known as pun. A sort of joke using words, but it is not direct joke, but the sentence will have double meaning. So, if I say she had a photogenic memory but never developed. If I say, example, if I say she had a photogenic memory but never developed. See children, what I have written is sounding like a joke. See, she had a photogenic memory. I am telling that someone had a photogenic memory but never developed. But never developed. How can we develop a memory? It is not possible for us to develop a memory. So I have actually said sentence actually has double meaning, where I'm saying that she has a photogenic memory, but at the same time I'm seeing that she has never even got it developed. So it contains double meaning. Wherever a sentence contains double meaning and it's a sort of satire, is a sort of joke on anyone, then remember that that sentence is called, that sentence contains a pun. For example, every calendar's days are numbered. First, every calendar's days are numbered. Now children, I'm saying every calendar's days are numbered. Obviously all the days in the calendars are numbered. That is why we call it a calendar. But I'm saying every calendar's days are numbered. So it is a sort of joke that I'm saying. That obviously the days are numbered. That's why we count the days 1, 2, 3, 4. First, second, third, fourth, fifth days. But then I'm saying, so it is a sort of joke. So whenever such type of sentence is there, be very clear with it that the figure of a speech that is being used or the literary device that is being used in the sentence is a pun. Clear? Is this much clear to all of you?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Now talking about pun, children, if I say a dog gave birth to puppies. Obviously a dog will give birth to puppies only. It cannot give birth to kittens. But see, I am saying a dog gave birth to puppies near the road and was fined for littering. Littering means making the place dirty with something, throwing something on at places. That is known as littering. So I'm saying a dog gave birth to puppies near the road and was fined for littering. Does the sentence contain any meaning? No, not at all. It is just a satire. It is just a joke which I have done using words. So whenever a joke is done using words, where a sentence has double meaning, be very clear with it that the literary device used in the sentence is always a pun. Clear? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Moving on to next literary device. I don't think we'll be able to do it today, children, because we are running out of time. So I hope you all must have liked whatever I have taught you today.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, children, for joining me today on the session of literary device. Stay connected to me till you get my next video on literary devices. Thank you so much and stay safe, stay home. Bye bye.